Hi, in this lesson, we're going to be learning all about constructing triangles with rulers. Chapter 10, Developing a sense of constructing precise mathematical calculations with rulers and measurement. Learning goals for today. Understand that in a triangle, two sides and the angle between them ensures triangle congruence. Understand that in a triangle, two angles and their sides ensures triangle congruence. Understand that once all the sides of a triangle is set, the whole triangle is set. And as you can see over here, this is just another way of saying SAS. And this one is two angles and their sides. So AAS, and we have over here, there's SSS. So these are all the ways that we learned. Here's an introduction. The triangle on Browley's book were partially contaminated by ink. He wanted to draw a triangle on the book that is exactly the same as the one that was originally on the book. What should he do? Can you help him draw it? So here's a quick review. The tools for drawing with rulers are straight edges and compasses. So straight edges would be the rulers that look like this, the straight ones. And these are the little check marks that it's going to have. So that's a straight edge ruler. And the compasses we've talked a lot about in these lessons. So it's those things that you draw circles with. But of course, you can do much more than just draw circles. So these are straight edges and compasses. We have already used a ruler to make a line segment equal to a known line segment and an angle equal to a known angle. So let me repeat this. So we have already used a ruler to make a line segment known to an equal line segment. So we know with these rulers how to make two equal line segments and two equal angles. 3. Constructing equivalent angles. Given angle AOB, and I want you to construct angle A prime O prime B prime. And angle A prime O prime B prime is equal to angle AOB. So I want you to construct two equal angles. Angle AOB and angle A prime O prime B prime. And this is angle AOB. So here's some practicing tips. First, what we do is we take a compass, and from point O right here, at any length, so no matter how wide we turn the compass to, we set the point at O and we make this arc at any length. No matter how wide we stretch that compass, as long as we start making an arc from point O and it crosses with ray OA and ray OB, that's going to be correct. And so the 2 points that intersect on the arc with the lines with the rays is points D and point C. So we would take that same length. So no matter how long the length is, as long as this length is equal with this length, so these two lengths are equal, and we make another arc on line segment O prime B prime. You see, we make this arc, right? And then over here where it intersects with O prime B prime would be C prime. Then from C prime we take another distance and we make an arc with that. That would be D prime where it intersects with this line segment. And then from D prime, O prime, and D prime, we connect O prime with D prime, and then that is going to be our A prime right there. So now we have angle A prime, O prime, B prime. Angle A prime, O prime, B prime is the triangle being constructed. And in case you misunderstood something, I'll quickly go over it again. Remember, we learned all about constructing equivalent angles. So one angle is given, angle AOB. We want to construct the exact equivalent angle, angle A prime, O prime, B prime. So what we do first is we draw a random line segment. Really, it's a ray, but we're just going to draw O prime, B prime somewhere on a piece of paper. Then what we do is we take our compass. So we take our compass and then we turn it into a random length. It just has to be a like, it doesn't have to be extreme, but make it a good length that you can make stuff with. And then what we take is, so we use that random length, right? And from point O, we take that length to draw our arc straight across OA and OB. So that's what this arc is right here now. Okay. And then, remember how we turned the compass into a random length to create this arc? You don't move that length. You keep the same length and you come over to this line segment. And from O prime this time, you make another arc with the same length. So remember, it's this. So the same length with the compass that was used to make this arc is the same length as the compass that made this arc. It's the same length. So where this new arc on O prime B prime intersects with O prime B prime, this point is called C prime. It's the name we give it. Next, it's time to construct this ray over here, OA. How do we do that? So then we take the compass. And then from point C to point D, we take our compass. This time it's another different length, so I'll use a different color. And then we measure how long it is from C to D, how long it is. Then what do? Is we take the same length and then from here, using the same length, we create an arc. So now we have this arc over here intersecting with this arc. The point where they intersect is D prime. So then all we do is connect O prime with D prime, and then this is going to be ray A prime. So here you have it. We have two congruent angles. If you misunderstood something, you can always rewind back into the video, but this time I'm going to keep going. So this is the thing to remember. Angle A prime, O prime, B prime. So this angle over here is a triangle being constructed. Think, how do you use a ruler to construct equivalent triangles? So I want you to think about that for a moment. Even if this is what we're going to learn in this lesson, I still want you to try to think in your little brain, how can you use a ruler to construct equivalent triangles? Constructing triangles with rulers. Construct. Knowing the two sides of the triangle and the angle between them, find this triangle. Given line segments A, C, and angle A. So what I want you to do is create a triangle out of line segment A, line segment C, and angle A. Actually, angle alpha. That's a Greek letter over there. Construct triangle ABC. And BC is equal to A, AB is equal to C, and angle ABC is equal to angle alpha. So I've given you line segments A and C and angle alpha to make one triangle. Then I want you to construct another triangle ABC that's congruent to this first triangle you created over here. Please construct the triangle following the given steps. So first, I want you to take a piece of paper and do it on there, following the steps. So here's a practice, and we're going to have a demonstration. First, construct line segment BC is equal to A. The first step is to just draw a line segment called BC that is equal to the original line segment A. Remember, so remember in the very first lesson of this chapter, we learned that this A over here would be this A, the angle across from this line segment A would be angle A. So I want you to remember that. First, construct line segment BC is equal to A. So out of the original line segment A, I want you to construct an equal line segment called BC. So here's a demonstration. I want you to just draw a line segment that's BC that's equal to A, just anywhere on the piece of paper. Then take B as a vertex of the triangle and BC as a side, with angle DBC is equal to angle alpha. So here's a demonstration. Over here we have line segment BC from last step. Then what we do is take the compass, and from B we make this arc. So one arc over here, one arc over here, with the same length compass. Then from this point where this arc crosses with this line segment, we take another length out of the compass, and we make an arc over here so that it crosses on BD. So then these two arcs where they connect now, and then you go through them, it would be BD. So ray BD. But we don't want a ray, we want a line segment to create a triangle. So here's 3. Intercept the line segment BA on equals C on the ray BD. So what does this mean? So on ray BD, we create BA is equal to C. So this is what we have from the last step, and out of that, we already made ray BD. Now, how do we create BA? Well, just make that arc over here, and remember the distance of this arc, how wide the compass is used to make this arc, has to be the same before measuring. So before you make this arc, you have to measure how long is it from the original A to B, and then take that length to come over to this triangle, and then make an arc with it, and make it intersect ray BD. So then, number 4 would be connect AC. Connect AC. Triangle ABC is a desired triangle. So over here, this point where it intersects with BD is called A. So on A, we intersect that with C, point C. Now we have that triangle ABC. Knowing the two sides and the included angle of the triangle, find this triangle. So quickly recall the order of making triangles just now. And I want you to actually write this on your notepad so you remember. So first you have the side, the first side or the line segment. Then you create the first angle. Then another side. Is there any other way? I want you to think. Angle, then side, or angle, then side. So over here, so we first create the angle, then we create the two sides and connect them. So this is given. Line segments AC and angle A. Construct triangle ABC so that BC is equal to A, AB is equal to C, and angle ABC is equal to angle alpha. So let me do this with you. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to show you the solution because it's going to be hard drawing on the computer. So this is a practice and demonstration. So first we can construct angle MBN is equal to angle alpha. How do we do that? First we mark the point B, and then there's a straight ray. And then at the end of it we mark BM. So this is going to be our first line segment, BM. So first you have to make a triangle out of here, right? Then you're just gonna be constructing a similar triangle, the exact same triangle, but triangle MBN, a congruent triangle to triangle ABC. So after you have triangle ABC, how do you construct triangle MBN? So first we created the first line segment, right? Then we took a compass and then we made this arc right here. And then where it intersected with this bottom ray, that point is called D. And this point over here is called E. So what we do next is, do you see this small line segment that just popped up? ED. So we're going to measure ED with our compass. So we're going to adjust our compass, right now to the width of ED. Let me draw a little compass over here. To the width of ED. We're going to adjust that now. Then we're going to take that same thing. So remember earlier on we already had this big arc. Remember this bigger arc over here? We first take the length of that bigger arc, and then from point B, we make that arc again on this line segment. So then this point would be D prime. And then we take, in the white compass over here, is the length of ED. So then we take the length of ED on the compass, and then we make an arc from point D prime. And then where that intersects is E prime. Then we connect B and E prime and we draw right through it. Now we have one angle, but we need to connect the two sides. Then what we do, this part over here is N. And we wanted to construct angle MBN. So here we have angle MBN is equal to angle alpha. So here's another solution. So we can intersect BC is equal to A on ray BM, and then intersect BA equals C on ray BN. So how we do that is we measure the lengths of the line segments A and C. Then we just create that. So BC, we want a BC up here. So then we measure A, and then this is point B, right? So point B, and this would be C. So then this line segment here would be A. And then we just measure C, and then on BA, this is C over here. So then that would be side C. So this is a practice and demonstration. Here's another solution. After you have A and B, connect AC. So this intersection point over here is A, and this is C. So if we connect A and C, then triangle ABC is the constructed triangle. So here's a class summary. After the previous practice, how do we analyze the drawing problems? So how do we analyze constructing triangles? So 1, assuming that the desired figure has been made and a sketch is made on the draft paper. 2, mark the corresponding positions of the given edges of the sorry for the bad vocabulary, given sides and angles on the sketch. First find out the basic shapes from the sketch, and then determine the initial steps of the drawing. On basis of 3, gradually expand to the desired shapes. And the lesson summary for today is understand that in a triangle, two sides and the angle between them ensures triangle congruence. Understand that in a triangle, two angles and their sides ensures triangle congruence. And third skill, understand that once all the sides of it in a triangle set, the whole triangle is set. S, S, S. So today is our last lesson talking about these 3 ways, but we still have one more lesson, which is going to be the next lesson in this chapter. And I hope you enjoyed learning about triangle congruence. So see you next time.